Hello again. We are out today testing out some Amazon Basics gear. Not sponsored by them or anything, though we are sponsored by Beer 52, so we're going to be looked after later. But yeah, I've got a load of stuff off of Amazon Basics. Let's have a look at what we got. Well, it's been about 6 months since we've done something like this. The last one was Argos Camping. That's a high street store here in the UK. But I thought I'd have a look, see what Amazon Basics has to offer in terms of camping gear. First up, I guess we should have a look at the bag I've carried in here. It is a 65 litre Amazon Basics backpack. It's supposed to be water resistant, but it does have, in the bottom here, a rain fly in that nice orange colour. You'll definitely be seen with that on. Might need that in the morning. Now right off the back, I'm going to say I don't like this whole yoke system going on here. This moves in between this, especially when you're putting it on and when you kind of roll as you walk, I guess, or climb over things. So yeah, not a fan of the amount of movement here. The padding is fine. Not too sure about the breathability because I haven't walked a tremendous amount today, but the padding's good. Do quite like the colour. I do like all the loops and tie-offs, and these being long enough to strap gear to, and down the bottom there you have pockets that are big enough for a 1 litre Nalgene, and you've got a sleeping bag compartment inside as well. Also a couple of little pockets down here just to keep bottles of water or whatever you want quick access to. Big pocket at the front also. Now this is a bit of an experiment of a video. This is not about influencing you to buy Amazon Basics. A lot of the time the Amazon Basic gears, although cheaper and come up at the top of search engines, it's not particularly ethical. A lot of them are ripping off other designs and undercutting them and promoting their own goods over people who, you know, put a lot of effort into the design of their equipment. So this backpack cost me £64.59, which is a competitive price. I suppose I should take this tarp off first. We'll look at that in a moment and get out some of the gear. And our shelter is one of a few different tent options they had. So today we've got this 4-person tent, so comfortably probably 3 or 2 people, as it usually is with tents. There was a 2-person option that wasn't in stock and a 6-person one which wasn't in stock. So we've got this one. I'll go over the price in a moment. And as per usual, I've not looked at this. In fact, I bought it about 2 months ago, so I don't even really know what style it is other than from that picture. There's some kind of pocket, I'm guessing. We have some pretty basic pegs, as the name would imply, and our poles, nice orange and black as you would expect. That is a bigger tent than I expected, and we've got the outer there as well. Possibly slightly confusing, we've got orange sleeves for our poles to go through. Now why is that confusing? Obviously they're colour coded usually to the pole, and we do have an orange pole. But logic would dictate if there's 2 orange sleeves and 2 black poles, they go together. And the poles being hollow at the end and having this little peg thing would imply this. Well, I have assumed that this goes in the outer here, and there appears to be a pocket, I'm guessing on the other side too. We appear to have a hook, so I'm guessing that goes onto these loops down here. And we've got a little robin over there watching. So curious. Got tie-offs as well, but I don't think we're going to be needing them today. though we do need this rain fly because early hours and at night it's going to be very wet. So this tent, if it was for 4 people, 4.2 kilograms, and the size of it isn't that bad, but I'd say 3 really. Yeah, so 4.2 kilograms, and the measurements I'll put on the screen now. What have we got? Water resistant, 1000D polyurethane, rainfly, da-di-da-di-da, minimal information really. Let's have a look about it. Well, we've got a little opening for an electrical hookup here. We've got 2 pockets inside. We have a mesh door, obviously a normal door, and a window at the back. Window opens from the inside, and I can see from here it's got mesh and then obviously the window itself. Right, let's get her pegged. So this tent cost me £60 and 35 pence, which is pretty cheap. Cheaper even than a lot of the kind of high street shops that do them in the summertime. It's fairly good size. Let's see if it leaks, I guess. Let's have a look at what I'll be sleeping on tonight. The mat here was from Amazon Basics, quite obviously. It's got a fabricy stuff sack, which is odd, and it is green and has some paperwork with it. So let's get this inflated and have a proper look at it. It actually appears to be quite long, so let's see what adapter I need for the pump. Should probably do. Get this inflated and a proper look at it. And now it's fully unravelled, I see it's one of them ones with a foot pump in it. Now I've used one of them before from China, and this is probably the exact same mat in all honesty. It looks the same as far as I can remember. Very thin, we'll just have to see. Probably no R value, so this is probably going to make me cold tonight. Probably just about do. I'll let you know in the morning. Cost me £20 that mat. It's 190 centimetres long by 57 by 5.6 centimetres deep, which is obviously just in the inflated parts. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. It's not a terrible price, but I'm pretty sure I've used it before. So one thing we do have is a hook at the top here. You know, don't take that for granted. They don't all have that. So I've put my lantern up there. And the thing taking up most of the room in here is the sleeping bag with no stuff sack. So you can see that's a winter sleeping bag from its sheer size. Bit of a shame it doesn't come with a stuff sack, but I suppose they're keeping costs down. It's £35.99. It's a mummy style bag, olive green, and they say the temperature ranges from 4 degrees to -6. Well, I think it's getting to 0-ish tonight, so, you know, I'll be the judge of that. And there was 4 other pegs for the tie-outs of the tent, just so you know, but that is my shelter and sleep system set up. There's a lot of things I couldn't find, such as a headlamp, a lantern, cook sets, things like that, but I have got a few other bits, and we'll try them out as we go. So the tarp that you've already seen, I believe it has pretty standard grommets on it, if I can find, yeah, an edge. We've got some grommets. The reason I originally got this was really thinking of it as like a ground sheet, because they don't have that much in terms of camping gear. Oh look, they've got like a plastic bit on the corner. But because it's going to be raining hard in the morning and I want some breakfast and to talk to you guys and stuff, I thought I'd put it up as a tarp. This tarp was £15. It's 2.3 by 2.9 metres. So pretty good to camp under. It is this horrible material. It's not like a nice lightweight one or anything, but I guess what do you expect? So let's put some tie-offs on this. Not going to spend too much time fiddling with it. It's up, it's fine. It's just for the morning. It does have grommets along the sides though, every side, which some don't have, so that's something. What else is there? Ah, I remember. We had a choice of two chairs. One was a pretty standard folding chair. We've seen them 100 times. People take them to outdoor concerts and stuff. They're not the lightweight camping ones. Or this, which has some elastic holding it together. And this is more of a stall. Now, you don't get that back support, which I need these days, but it was cheap and cheerful. So this stall, which is 62 centimetres high and slowly sinking in the mud right now, was £10.55. So I didn't want to just have the same chair I always have. It's the same thing rebranded. I thought I'd try something else, so I've got a stall that sinks. Wasn't really any tools as Amazon Basics, apart from a multi-tool which I only saw the other day when looking up the prices. But I've got my normal saw with me, the Simon Special. Need to get a fair amount of firewood together, having an open fire tonight because it's obviously not a hot tent or anything, and it should be getting quite cold. Now the rain's not coming in too early hours, I believe, so we should be fine for cooking dinner and whatnot. First tree I went to is still connected at the roots there, so get some smaller stuff over here. It's all nice and dead. Can't get it to pull through because of this, so I'm just going to have to cut it this side. The sun is going behind the tree line now, which means about an hour of light left. Oh, it's quite a lot of wood, but we're going to need it. The nights are long, dark and cold now. Speaking of which, process some of this. A bit behind compared to usual. These nights drawing in. I mean, I got here about midday, but I had to go this morning to repair our shrink wrapping machine for the sauces and stuff. Got a call off my girlfriend. Naughty. I've just chopped down the fatter pieces. The other bits can go on as they are. So I'll just collect this up and put it in a nice pile. We can live over here. not bad, plus the pile of long stuff that's over here. Oh, this fire pit's a bit of a mess, but it'll be fine. May as well leave that there, burn it. Get a firelight going. Get some sticks in here. A couple of bits of kindling I chopped. And we should be away. So, what is Beer 52? Well, it's a beer subscription service and they're this week's sponsor for this video. Now, it's not just the beers that you get sent, and they do send you some great beers. I've discovered some really nice IPAs through them. You also get the Ferment magazine for free, which is obviously about beer, around the world of beer. And you also get some snacks as well. We've got some sea salt mega mix and crunchy, spicy, nicey corn snacks this week, so they'll keep me going till dinner. What I love is that every month you have a different theme. Now, the theme of this month is Festive Winter Wonderland. We've got beers from regions that, you know, you associate with Christmas, like Germany, Poland, where the Christmas markets are. So that's kind of the theme for this one. Lumberjack. So Beer 52 is all about discovery and drinking better rather than drinking more. So you'll have 10 different beers, and you can even suggest to have just the light beers rather than the mix of porters and stuff as well. And to help you to discover some new beers, we've got a deal from Beer 52 for the festive season. They're offering 10 never before tasted beers. All you have to do is go to www.beer52.com/Kent in capitals. It's on the screen right now. All you have to do is cover the postage cost of $4.95 and you'll get your 10 free beers for Christmas. I'll put all the details down in the description there and remind you at the end of the video as well, but really discovered some nice beers, and I am liking this. Craft beer, I've had them before in London, but yeah, this is I do like a hazy. I'm leaning towards the hazies now. Oh, right. I suppose I'm going to have to make some dinner and we'll revisit some of these beers through the evening. Not only did we get a beautiful sunset, we got a beautiful moon out in the twilight. They're kind of like knickknacks, I like that. Right, so going to be cooking a jambalaya, and to do that I've got two things from Amazon to try out. I've got a grill and I've got a cast iron pot. So have a look at them in a minute. I'll let the fire burn down a little bit before we start prepping. I'm just going to chill for a minute. It's been just go, go, go for the last 4 hours. My chicken is still a little bit frozen, so I'm putting it by the fire just to thaw it a little. Thinking I might give up on that stall, I keep sinking. So here's my fresh produce for the dinner tonight. We've got some red pepper, onion, some garlic, celery, and this is some chorizo sausage, which is in place of an, what's it called? Andalous sausage, I believe, something like that. So I don't need too much of this because I'm just doing it for one, obviously. So we'll chop up some bits and bobs and we should be ready to go. Oh, and I'm doing this on top of the other Amazon purchase, which is a grill. Now I've used grills like this in the past. They do tend to burn off the paint and then they start to rust. So for a pot or a pan that's fine, but sometimes you don't really want to be putting your food directly on there. This was £23 and 74 pence. It's the medium one. They do a large one as well, which wasn't available, or maybe I just didn't want to spend on that. Let's get this sorted and we can get cooking. Alright, so there's like our holy trinity of onion, celery and pepper. A little bit more onion. Yeah, it should be good. Our chorizo and our garlic. Find a spot for the grill to live on here. So here's our cast iron pot or Dutch oven. Looks pretty nicely seasoned, pre-seasoned. I guess we'll see. But yes, 1 litre. It cost £11 and 46 pence, but they also do a 6.6 litre that is £26. Oh, actually this is 1.89, I do apologise. I thought it looked bigger than the 1 litre one I've got by Petromax. So I'm going to put a healthy amount of oil in here. And we're going to get this on the grill. Right, chicken looks okay. I'm going to be using my Cajun barbecue spice blend for this. Nice healthy size, these things. It says on here how much to use for, you know, percentage of meat and that, but I'm just going to eyeball it. So here we go with that chicken. And the spice rub. A bit more. Get a bit of a stir there. A little bit more. Whoa, we lost the spatula. So we'll fry that off. And we've got our other ingredients. Let's go in with some chorizo and our vegetables. I took the chicken out to do this stage and I'll return it soon. A lot of oil in that sausage. Looking lovely, and this is just some water for the stock base that's going in there. Garlic. We'll put our rice in at this stage. Just get that all nicely coated in the oils. And return our chicken. Got half a stock pot. Bring on this water. Make sure that's dissolved. And we'll go on with our handy lid here. Maybe move it to the edge a little bit more. Actually quite warm after doing that. So it's going to take, I don't know, 20 minutes or so, I'm thinking. So I thought I'd have another beer, and I've got a Sunny Afternoon West Coast IPA by Clef Brewery. Where's this one from? Croatia. Let's try this. Ooh. That's nice. That is different from the other one. The other one was more kind of tropical fruits kind of tasting. Malted barley. Yeah, it's got more of that kind of flavour, but I like it. I like it a lot. Let's have a little look what's going on in here. Ooh, that looks pretty much ready to roll. So this is the exact right consistency. Just getting some of that in our bowl here. We'll have a little talk about our Dutch oven. Let's put a few chives on there as a bit of garnish. So here's our jambalaya. Yes, I realise you can have seafood in it, but I don't eat seafood, so I'm not going to add it. If you do add that. Now, the Dutch oven, it worked well. It seemed to be pre-seasoned, nothing stuck. It is flat on top of the lid, however, you do have the handle, so you can't really stack. It's hard to put coals on there. You can't use this as like a pan as well, unless maybe you put stones or something under there. Not that anyone's going to get it for camping anyway. But let's have a look at this and give it a little taste. Wow, that is packed with flavour. The chorizo, the spice blend. That's beautiful. Really, really good. Now, if you don't like a lot of seasoning, obviously add less seasoning, but when I'm talking about seasoning, I'm talking about salt. Add the low sodium stock. But yeah, this is good. Stuffed. I'm absolutely stuffed. Rice will do that. I've stoked the fire back up, get some heat going, and I've got a Zora Pilsner, the Garden Brewery. Where's this one from? I can't see because it's too dark, but I'm assuming it's a Christmassy place. Ah, right, let's move closer to the fire and hopefully not sink. I've loaded the fire up, try and build it up, and I've moved a lot closer because it is chilling right down. Because it was pretty clear skies, it's getting down to 0-ish, maybe minus tonight out here, and then I think the clouds coming in and the rain's starting, I think about 5 in the morning, so we should get pretty wet in the morning. I plan to get out of here, provided it keeps me dry, and just running over to the lean-to over there. So we'll see how things go, I guess. You know, we've had some incidents in the past, haven't we? I don't know why I don't bring spare tents with me. Right, I'm going to chill out with this fire for a while because I need that. Nice cup of tea before bed. This stall is sinking faster than the Titanic. Doesn't matter, the bloody stump would have been better. Gonna drink this. Fire's just burning down, it is getting cold, so I had that fire pretty big. And get in the tent and see how things are in there. Why didn't I do hot tenting tonight? Right, I'm in the tent. I'm on the actual bare floor right now, so I'm going to have to get on this mat, get myself organised, but yeah, it's cold away from that fire. Right, let's get myself sorted and we'll see how I feel. Right, I'm all changed into my thermals now. The owls have been going mad. They're really close by. There was a pheasant as well going off. But yeah, loads of room in here. I'd say, for comfort, 2 people and a child or a dog. Not 4 people. 4 people that way as well. I don't know about that. That's what it says on the diagram. But yeah, 2 people and a dog or a kid. You'd be comfortable enough in here with a few bits and bobs, your bag or whatever. So it's time to try out this not very firmly rated mat and sleeping bag. Well, I can put my clothes over my thermals if I need to. Good morning. You can probably hear that wind. It's been going like that all night pretty much. Yeah, it started raining pretty much straight after I went to bed, on and off all night, and then obviously more this morning. Right now it doesn't sound too heavy. Yeah, I slept. Wouldn't say I slept well. Yeah, tossing and turning on the mat a bit. The sleeping bag was okay once I warmed up. It does have a stuffed sack. It was inside the sleeping bag. Found that when I went to bed. It's a bit narrow around the shoulder area. To do it up fully was really hard, and then it kind of burst down again when you try and get back inside. But yeah, it seemed to be warm enough once it was warmed up. I have to get up, I guess. One thing I tend to do is pack away my sleep system before I get out of the tent. That way I can put everything close to the door and I don't have to crawl around back in here with my boots and everything. And another point, the mat didn't even come with any repair patches or glue or anything. Actually pretty surprised how much this tiny overhang has stopped the door and that getting wet. Didn't think it'd even do that much. Well, I've darted over to the tarp over here. It's so noisy with that wind going through the trees. It's yeah, pretty cold still. I thought it wouldn't be so cold this morning. I've got a secret weapon for breakfast because I knew it'd be raining. Yep, I brought a gas stove. Also cut my thumb last night, but just the skin. Pretty cool this stove because I can put the legs on and sit rather than kind of kneel down at it and cook just on this little stool if it stops sinking. I like this stove. The only problem I have with it is the fact that you can't really have a wind guard, and I fed that back to them, so I'm hoping one day they do make one, because it's a good stove. Because it's up off the ground, you can't have a normal wind guard. Something that clamps onto the legs or something could be possible. Maybe I should design one. That's the Fire Maple Saturn stove, something like that. I think it should be called Sputnik. That's what it looks like with the 3 legs. Yes, that's my tea done. I am going to make some Mexican style beans for breakfast. I've got some bits and bobs to go in that, so yeah, I should get that on the go really. So I have some haricot beans here, some hot sauce, my hot sauce, some salsa, just from an old El Paso pack, been sat in the cupboard for ages, some lime, some chorizo and some bacon there as well. We're going to use the same pot as last night. Well, I had to cut this open, didn't realise it wasn't a ring pull one. We'll start her off with some bacon here. Some of that chorizo. Go in with some beans. And sauce. This looks like pretty much just tomato sauce. I should have cut some onion. We're going to need a little bit of my spice. And a little bit of hot sauce. That was quite a lot. Turn that down and cook it for, I don't know, 5-10 minutes. Look at that, just keeps sinking. Ooh, smells good. I didn't make too much for a change. So a bit of that coriander or cilantro. And a bit of a squeeze of lime. Ready to go. Rain's coming in a little bit. Let's give this a go. I should have brought some tortilla or bread or something really. Would have been nice. Bit of a kick. It's nice. Get this down, it's getting a bit wet out here. Might as well unpeg it too. It's getting a bit wet, so I'm going to put the camera under the tarp for a moment. Got it back in the bag. Right guys, I think I'm going to have to end the video here because I'm getting a bit wet and I need to put stuff under the tarp before I take the tarp down and then get back to the truck. So once again I'd like to thank Beer 52 for sponsoring this video. Details are on the screen or down below in the description to go get your free beers. And yeah, a bit of a conclusion I guess. Tent was okay, it was waterproof at least. Now I did get some water coming in with the door open. More of an awning or something would be good. What was good? The pot was good, the grill fine, the sleeping pad you can do better, sleeping bag surprisingly okay, and do not buy that stool. Right guys, I'll see you next time. Goodbye.